The hidden treasures of Egypt. Tens of thousands of objects of rare beauty, mystery, and symbolic power have been gathered together in the Egyptian Museum of Cairo. The collection is composed of royal mummies, precious jewelry, and King Tutankhamun's treasures, as well as other artifacts representing the ideology and lifestyle from up to 5,500 years ago. Now, this extraordinary museum is preparing for an exciting new exhibition. All in all, the museum probably contains the most extensive collection of ancient artifacts on Earth. But what most people don't know is that in the storage room of its huge basement, the museum holds many more treasures. Dr. Say Hawass is the Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities and the man who is ultimately responsible for the museum. The Cairo Museum may be the best museum in the world, he says, because of the amazing artifacts that you can see and wonder about when you come to this museum. And can you imagine the Cairo Museum contains 160,000 artifacts, but only half of them are on display? Dr. Hawass explains just how much history is stored beneath the museum. I don't think that any museum in the world really have a basement like this, he says. A place full of thousands and thousands of objects that came from the excavation all over Egypt. And when you come by here and walk around the galleries, you can smell history. Of course, preparing for the new exhibition is a huge task and involves the work of several of the museum employees. To give an example of the treasures found in the basement of the museum, Dr. Hawass opens a small wooden box that may contain evidence of what he calls the first plastic surgery in history, an artificial toe. The Egyptologist then explains that, like most Egyptians of the time, the man with the artificial toe probably believed in the life after death, or the afterlife. Because of this, the artificial toe was buried with him so that he would be able to walk in the next life. The analysis showed that this man lived for a few years walking with this, he says, and he kept it with him because he would like to walk safely in the afterlife. It is like this artificial toe reveals some fascinating information about what life and death was like in the ancient Egypt. As the pieces arrive, it's not hard to see that there is an incredible amount of history in the museum. It will be extremely challenging to decide what to put on display and which stories to tell. One of the objects that has been chosen to appear in the Hidden Treasures exhibition is a statue of an important priest called Kai. The statue is very beautiful and in extremely good condition. In 1999, Dr. Hawass was working at the Giza Plateau and discovered the statue of Kai. Dr. Hawass must now go back to the Giza Plateau to pick Kai up from the storage house for the exhibition. The artifact is relatively small, but beautifully proportioned and very well preserved. The contrast of the colors and the quality of the work make the prize wonderful to view. The statue is of a young, handsome man seated on a chair, his right hand raised to his chest as if showing respect to an unknown person. Before the exhibition starts, there is plenty of work to be done. After the artifacts arrive, they must subsequently be prepared for display in the museum, where they will be exposed to the light, often for the first time in ages. Most of the objects have been lying in storage for many years, sometimes decades, and they need careful conservation, cleaning, and restoration. For example, in one of the preparation rooms, the statue of Kai is being whipped with a special liquid so that it will lose its best for this exhibit. Dr. Hawa's interest in the past is matched with an excitement for the future. He believes that there are many more artifacts still to be found in Egypt. What is amazing, he says, is that all these artifacts in the museum and the basement are the tip of the iceberg. Hawass realized that there are thousands of interesting artifacts that are yet to be displayed, and countless more that are yet to even be discovered. Many wonderful objects have already been discovered, but no one knows what other hidden treasures may still lie beneath the sands of Egypt.